Today we are going to talk about polynomial function. Before we start, we are going to talk about 4 parts about polynomial function. First is general form and graph of polynomial function. Second is characteristics of polynomial function. And the third is polynomial function in factor form. And the last one is factoring polynomial part 1 and part 2. First is general form. You can see it here. General form is like this. And then the graph. The graph is have linear graph, quadratic graph, and this one the graph is the orange color, the line. The graph is cubic polynomial function. Part 2 we are going to talk about characteristics of polynomial function. They have like about 12 characteristics that we are going to talk. First, we are going to talk about degree. What is degree? Degree means is the highest exponent in the expression. They give you a questions, and then you find out degree is what? Degree is 3 because 3 is the highest exponent in the expressions. And then domain and range. Domain is mean all real number. Range mean maybe all real number or may have upper bound or lower bound. Degree then we have degree 1 is linear degree, degree 2 is quadratic degree, degree 3 is cubic, degree 4 is quartic, degree 4 is cunic. And bigger than 6, we call it polynomial function. We don't have, they maybe have, but we no need to memorize all, we just remember degree 1 to 5. And then now we are going to talk about even or odd function and degree. What is degree and what is function? Even or odd degree mean only the highest power must be odd or even. And then function means all the exponents should be odd or even. You can say degree, just the highest power must be even. This one, just the highest power must be odd. And function is all the highest power, all the exponent is mean like all the exponent need to become even. This one is need to become odd. And then we are going to talk about symmetry. What is symmetry? You can look at the graph. These two graphs is talk about even function and is satisfy the property f negative x equal to fx. Then it means that have a symmetry over the y-axis. And then odd function means this two is odd function and satisfy the property f negative x equal to negative x. It means have a symmetry about the origin. And then we are going to talk about leading coefficient. What is leading coefficient? Just now we are talking about degree is the highest exponent in the expressions. And what is leading coefficient? Leading coefficient means is the number that in front of the highest exponent. You see, just now 3 is the degree. So in front the number is leading coefficient. It's the highest. Maybe if the highest is here and then the leading coefficient is here. It's not in front the first, it's like it's the in front of the highest exponent. You know what is end behavior? End behavior means when x going to positive or negative infinity, y will going to negative or positive. And then we are going to talk about leading coefficient and end behavior, their relationship. What they have is mean like when your leading coefficient is bigger than 0, your end behavior will going up. You can see it here. We're going up. When x going to infinity, fx is going to infinity. When x is going to negative infinity, fx also going to infinity, positive infinity. Is same side. and is smaller than 0, also same side. This one is even degree. Even degree. If odd degree, it means it's opposite side. And then we are going to talk about logger, absolute, or absolute also can call global. Global maybe like can understand more like global maximum, global minimum here, global maximum, global minimum. It means like it's the highest point or the lowest point. And local is maybe this one can be local, this one also can be local, this one also can be local. But the global is the highest global. Or maybe if you're difficult to memorize, you can remember that global is mean like the world, and then local is mean that your country. Then maybe you can understand. Next, we are going to talk about stationary point and turning point. What is stationary point? Stationary point means the slope of the tangent is 0. Turning point means when the slope of the tangent change sign at the stationary point. This is turning point. This is what different about stationary point and turning point. But if you look at the graph, maybe you will think like, but they are just same, they are just point. But they are different about turning point is about change signs at the turning point. They change the sign. But here, stationary point means the slope of the tangent is 0. So it's different. And then 9, we are going to talk about point of inflection. What is point of inflection? It means like it's a point on the graph when the slope of the tangent doesn't change the sign. So you can like the 3, stationary point, turning point, and point of inflection. Turning point means change the sign. Point of inflection means doesn't change the sign. Now we are going to look at a questions. So the question is like this. A, you can see here, write the general form of polynomial function. So the general form is this one. And then the degree and the leading coefficient of this function is what? Leading coefficient is in front of the highest. So leading coefficient is an. This one, in front of the x. You don't know which one is leading coefficient. This an, this one. And degree is n, the highest. Possible is the highest must be at in front. Always write at in front. So the n is degree, the an is leading coefficient. What is the greatest number of turning point and 0 that this function can have? Turning point can equal n minus 0 turning point here. Or n. If the less number of 0 is 1, describe the degree of the function. If x minus 1, degree is odd degree function. Odd degree. A polynomial function is less than 0 for all x. Describe the degree and the leading coefficient of this function. If less than 0, it means like negative x minus 1 is even degree function with a negative leading coefficient. Number 10, we are going to talk about intercept and order of 0. What are the difference? In order of 0 is the exponent of each factor. It means like you have how many 0 in the polynomial function. Example here. How many order of 0 we have? We have 2 order. One is order 3, one is order 1. So we have 2 0. And then this one we are order 1, order 2. So we have 2 0, but we have order 1. We have, because this one is both order 1. This one is order 1, this one is order 3. So this one we have 2 or 2 0. This one we have 1 0. Order of 0 is the x-intercept. What is intercept? Intercept have x-intercept and y-intercept. X-intercept mean fx equal to 0, or slope the order of 0 to find out x-intercept. Or if you find out y, how to find out y-intercept is let the fx equal to f, put the 0 inside the x to find out y-intercept. Now we are going to talk about, 11 is going to talk about behavior of the graph near the 0. The behavior of the graph near the 0 is depend on the order of 0. It's depend on the order of 0. Is the graph, you can see, it's depend on the order of 0. This one is cubic. This one quantic. And then positive, negative, increase, decrease interval means positive means bigger than 0. Bigger than 0. This one here is positive. Negative is here. And then increase means the line is going up. Decrease means the line is going down. And now we are going to talk about the questions. The second question is like this. Okay, A, determine the 0 of the function. So you need to slow the function first, and you can find out the x-intercept. You can find out x is equal to what number, and x equal to what number is the 0. This means you have how many 0? Have 4 0. Here, here, and here. And then we need to find graph they give you the equation, call you to graph it. You can give graph calculator to graph it, and then you find out the positive and negative. Positive is here, negative is below 0. Part 3, we are going to talk about polynomial function in factor form. It means like let you find out the equation is what. Maybe they give you 0 or they give you a graph. This one is the general form of factor form. First one is given the 0 to determine the equation. Maybe this one is the questions. Write the equation of a quadratic function that has 0 at 2, -3, and have the y-intercept at -6. It means like if they say y-intercept at -6, it means y is equal to -6. And then you just put inside, they have how many 0, you just put how many 0, they have 2 0. They have 2 and -3. But when you write to an equation, you need to x minus 2 and x plus 3. And then you need to find out the a. A is leading coefficient. Find out the a. A is 1. So the answer is fx equal to x minus 2 and x plus 3. And then when they give you the graph, call you to determine the equation, give you the graph, you find out the 0. You find out the 0, and then you just write here, and then you find out the a, and then you can know the answer about the equations. Part 4, we are going to talk about factoring polynomial part 1 and part 2. They have two types of dividend polynomial and factor and remainder theorem. First, that always we use is long division, but also have another one is comprehensive division. Long division means here is negative, comprehensive means here is plus. So this one is the questions, and then you find out, is it have dividend, is it have remainder? So the remainder is -4, and this one is the question, this one. So at the end you already solve it, so at the end you need to write question is what, remainder is what. And if you use this one, like at here, we change the side here. It means like you need to do it again. If here, possible is like maybe we will do one time, and then here will become 0, then the answer is this one and this one. But now they have two, this is not 0, so you need to solve it again and find out until less 3 number, and then you can find out the answer. And how you to find out this number is you let this one equal to 0, and then you find out x is equal to what number? X is equal to negative 1 dividend to 2. And then now we are going to talk about factor theorem. Factor theorem means if the fx equal to x, this one is the questions, they have a factor, it is x minus 3. Determine the a. They want you to find the a. So it means the x is equal to 3. So you put 3 inside, and then you solve it to equal to 0 because have a factor. So it's equal to 0, and then you can find out a is what number. This one is the factor. Remainder means you need to find out the remainder is what. It means like they give you is dividend by x plus 2. It means you also need to find out x is equal to what number. You put the number inside that you found, and you can find out the remainder. Okay, thank you. Today we are